Hey, what's up everybody? BDL44 coming at you another video. All right, so this time I forgot to charge my phone. But I do have the other one, so I'll just make a short therapy session here and then make the therapy session that I want to make longer on the other phone. That's the beauty of having two phones. But yeah, I just had my therapy session with Lydia. It was very good, very fruitful. One thing that she did say that was very helpful is when you're trying to get from, when you're dealing with recovering from trauma and having to face things that you would equate to revisiting trauma, you know, it's one of those situations where whether you're going through the exact same thing again or not, it may not go the exact same way. And in a lot of cases, when we assess our experiences, we look at it from a 0 to 100 kind of way, as if we're skipping 99 steps. What you don't see is that the journey of the next thing that you're going to go through is not going to go the same way. And because of your experiences having gone through certain things and the changes that you may have made since in your strength and what it is you've been through and your experiences, what have you, it's not going to give you the same experiences that you had in the circumstances. And so that's what it is that ultimately I thought was helpful. She was essentially saying, you know, it's not going to be 0 to 100. You may be able to get a lifeline in step 55. You may be able to stop and take a breath in step 63. You know what I mean? It's like, it's to where when you assess your trauma, it's like, all right, we're going from 0 to 100, and you skip that step from beginning of process to whatever the worst of it ultimately was. They don't have to play out that way, even if you're going through the same experience, because your experience with it, I guess, and make it so that you'll handle it differently, or that you should come in with a different confidence. So I thought that was a really helpful way of looking at things like that. People of, you know, we talked about the analogy of having cancer and, you know, knowing that the chemo could be very bad, but if you don't get it, it could ultimately cost you your life. And so in the sense that trying to convince yourself to have that chemo when you were traumatized with the idea of going to the hospital for something totally different and it going totally bad, now trying to convince yourself to have that chemo could be very difficult. Even though you know that it brings you death if you don't, you still have memories of having a surgery that went completely left, and now you don't like hospitals, so you're never gonna, you know, you're not gonna get the chemo. And so I think that's a real thing for a lot of people, to try to overcome the anticipation of things going bad because of experiences that they had in unrelated ways that may have similarities to what it is that they're facing. And so that's kind of what we talked about. I thought that was a very helpful session. It lasted about an hour and 10 minutes. I think we went a little longer than we were supposed to, but I thought it was very fruitful. And you know, I always appreciate sitting down with Lydia. So we got another one coming up on the 4th. It's not going to be too long since today's the 16th. So I'll be right back over here at 1 o'clock on the 4th. So yeah, that was really good, man. I needed that. Brought me to a space I wanted to be in as it pertains to addressing myself and talk about certain things. Kind of get into that space where you feel like a little kid, and dealing with your weaknesses and just seeing where I've been over the last 2 months. And I felt a lot more confident talking about certain things that I wasn't really confident in speaking about. I would speak about it, but it wasn't a whole lot of assertiveness as it pertains to how I would talk about it. Today I felt like I was a bit more assertive in talking about certain areas of weakness that I've been going through. And I don't know if that's just comfort in having so many of these sessions, or if that's just like growth of having what just took place. I'm not really sure, but I certainly felt a lot more comfortable telling her that I wasn't comfortable with certain things, and you know, how I'd like to change that, because I don't really love the outcome that comes with taking the path toward what is most comfortable in a lot of cases. It don't end with the best result. So that's really what I wanted to say, man. I'm very thankful for that, and all of the different energies that ultimately came with just having that therapy session right there. So looking forward to the next one. Hopefully we don't spend another 2 months trying to set these things up. I made sure that I didn't double book, and you know, thankful that the train is going to be free here. That's what I'm definitely thankful for as well. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. I appreciate everybody for watching BDL44.